Hello, everyone, and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain. And today, sit a while, for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my Tampa Bay Lightning Historical Challenge. Alright, folks, standings wise, we are doing okay right now. We have a decent record of 18, 13, and 5 here entering January. Uh, However, the standings are really tight, so we can't really have a losing streak here. We're gonna slide. We are in a three-way tie at 41 points with Boston and Montreal. So it's gonna be pretty tough, and I'm guessing it's gonna be tough until the end of the season. They're not gonna give us anything, that's for sure. Steve Richin is finally about to come back. He is 1 to 2 weeks away, so that's good. That also means that after this video, after this month, I'm going to try really, 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 really hard to pull a trade. I'm gonna have a little bit of an overflow of centers, and I think that I'm going to be able to expand one to get some help on D more than likely, especially now that we've lost Sean Chambers for 1 to 2 months. That's going to be a little bit challenging here, so we're doing okay. Looks like January is going to be spent on the road a lot. Yet again, feels like every month we're spending mostly on the road. Makes you wonder where are the long home stretches. But anyway, all right. So I just out of curiosity, I looked at what's available on the block. Nothing too much. Whenever I shop my center, or I'm not gonna really shop him for like using the shop feature. I'm going to actually try to make a trade. I'm definitely gonna look at the block, but I might just go and try to go for what I actually want. So we'll see. There's at least going to be a very solid attempt prior to the next video to make the team better, hopefully. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Of course, now the calendar flipped. We are in 1997, and our first game of the month in January is gonna be at home against Anaheim. So let's get this thing going, and hopefully we have another good month. Alright, so Ray Bourque played in his 1,250th game in his career, and that was against Ottawa. Got a goal and an assist to celebrate that. 36 years old, Ray Bourque, still a 4-star player. Good night for Peter Bundra, who had 3 goals and an assist against Hartford. Pretty good game. Right, and the owner is satisfied with my work. Alright, and that's good. So we have another day off, and then Anaheim's gonna be in town. Jeremy Roenick extends his goal streak to 5 games. He had a goal and an assist against Phoenix. Big game for Mario Lemieux, 3 goals and an assist against the Devils. Paul Coffey is back from suspension in LA. That's good for them. All right, those guys are getting used to the team a little bit more. All right, so we have 2 games in 2 nights. We are at home today against Anaheim, and then we're going to be playing in Pittsburgh tomorrow. Okay, so Anaheim is 6-27-5, so really not a good record. We are 1-0 against the Mighty Ducks this season. We did beat them 3-1 in Anaheim. I believe that was in the last video. So we are playing them at home this time. Right, so they have Guilbert in net. We are going with Nikolai Abibulin, and of course, go Lightning, go! Oh yeah. All right, so we start the month with a bang here. We won 9-1. We outshot Anaheim 40-27. Boris Mironov was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. German Titov was the second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Mikael Anderson was the third star with 2 assists. We had 17,764 people in attendance for this game. So Jason Allison scored the first goal of the game in the first period from Robert Zvela and Boris Mironov. Then Ryan Smith scored on the power play from Jason Allison and Valery Bure. Then German Titov scored short-handed from Mikael Anderson and Boris Mironov. And it was 3-0 Tampa Bay here after 1. Then in the second period, Anaheim scored, made it 3-1. And then, of course, in the third period, it was all us. With McGillney scoring on the power play from Adrian Aucoin and Mark Bergevin. Then German Titov from Yanni Lakanen. Boris Mironov from German Titov and Yanni Lakanen. Brian Bradley from Mark Bergevin and Ryan Smith. Brian Bradley again, that was his 15th, from Mikael Anderson. And then Bill Guerin from Bobby Elick. And it was a very beautiful 9-1 victory here over Anaheim. Alright, so Roger Johansson is put on waivers. I am not picking him up. And we are already playing again. We are in Pittsburgh now. This game is going to be probably a little bit tougher than the game against Anaheim. Pittsburgh is 23-13-3. That's good for second in the East. We are 1-1 against Pittsburgh this season. We lost 8-2. I believe that was the first game of the season. And then we won 3-1 at home. So let's see what happens now. So we're going to go with Jeff Hackett for this game. Pittsburgh's going with Tom Barrasso. Alright, it's going to be a tough one here. Hackett's still winless this season, too. And we lost 5-2. That was kind of a scheduled loss on the calendar. We were outshot 43-25. Mario Lemieux had a pretty good game. First star, 2 goals, 3 assists. Sean McEachern was the second star with a goal and 3 assists. And Larry Murphy was the third star with 2 assists. Alright, so Sean McEachern opened up the scoring in the first period. And then Mario Lemieux scored. So it was 2-0 Pittsburgh here after 1. Then Pittsburgh scored 3 unanswered goals in the second period, made it 5-0 at that point, and then Bobby Elick scored from Ryan Smith and Alexander McGillney. It was a 5-1 Pittsburgh lead at this point. Jason Allison scored late in the third period from German Titov and Vili Peltonen, made it 5-2. Obviously, it was too little too late. So Dave Barr and Len Barry had disastrous games. Probably were on the ice when Mario Lemieux worked his magic on us. Russ Courtnall reaches 300 goals. He had a goal here against Boston. So Russ Courtnall is 32 and a 2.5 star player. Jeremy Roenick extends his goal streak to 6 games. He had a goal and an assist against Detroit. And Yann Laperriere is suspended in St. Louis. He's going to miss 4 games. Alright, and now we are playing in Ottawa against the Sens. Ottawa is 13-20-5. That's good for 12th in the East. And we are 1-0 against Ottawa this season. Let's see if we can beat them again. Abby Bolin in net for us. Darren Pupa in net for Ottawa. And we won 6-2. Pretty good game. We outshot Ottawa 36-32. Robert Zvela was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 3 assists. Bobby Elick was the second star with 2 goals. And Vili Peltonen was the third star with 2 assists. So Zvela opened up the scoring in the first period from Brian Bradley, and then Bobby Elick from Robert Zvela and Ryan Smith. It was a 2-0 lead after 1. Aaron Gavey scored in the second period from Len Barry and Valery Bure. made it 3-0. Then Ottawa scored. Then Mikael Anderson scored for us from Robertsville and Brian Bradley. 4-1 Tampa Bay at that point. Ottawa scored before the end of the period, made it 4-2. So we went into the third period with a 2-goal lead. And in the third period, Bobby Alec scored from Robertsville and Vili Peltonen. Then Sean O'Donnell from Vili Peltonen and German Titov. And that was a 6-2 victory. All right, pretty good. All right, so we're 2-1 this month so far. Now another tough game awaits us against the Rangers. Ted Crowley is available. I'm not going to pick him up. Right, so. Oh, lots of players on waivers. Let's see if we can pick somebody up. Igor Matushkin. Yeah, no. Alex X, no. Sylvain Côté. Yeah, I guess he's in that part of his career where he's declining. Sylvain Côté was not a bad defenseman, sorry. He wasn't a goaltender at all. I mean, I'm sure he blocked some shots at one point, but he was a decent defenseman, but then he kind of just fell off a cliff, it feels like. At least that's how it feels for me. Paul Broughton, Phil Von Stefanelli, and Alexander's Belak. Yeah, I might have been interested in Sylvain Côté, but yeah, he's only a one-star player. Yeah, he can barely play anymore. So we're not going to pick anybody up. Alright. Robert Reichel is suspended in Calgary. He's going to miss 6 games. Paul Laus is suspended in Pittsburgh. He's going to miss 8 games. Rob Zamuner's suspension is over in Buffalo, back in the lineup. And a night to remember for Brett Hull, who had 3 goals and an assist against Edmonton. Alright, so here we are playing against the Rangers. They are 27-12-5. That's good for top in the East, and we are 0-3 against the Rangers. We do not face off against them very well, for whatever reason. So Nikolai Bibulin is going to be in net for us. Mike Richter is going to be in net for the Rangers. And we lost 2-0. So Bibulin didn't have too terrible of a game. He faced 35 shots, so I don't think we can put the loss on him. We only generated 19. So Rangers outshot us and outplayed us 35-19. Brian Leach, first star of the game with a goal. Mark Bergevin, second star without a point. And Mark Messier was the third star with an assist. So Rangers scored first in the first period. That was a Brian Leach goal. And then in the third period, Jeff Courtnall scored, made it 2-0. We were never in this game too much. Just couldn't produce anything offensively in that one. That's a game to forget. Jimmy Roenick extends his goal streak to 7 games with a goal and an assist against the Oilers. Terry Kartner is back from suspension in Florida, back in the lineup, and Alexander Karpovtsev is ready for more drills. So should be back soon. Alright, so I'm going to ask something here, and I'm also going to put it as a comment that I'm going to pin. So would you guys, and gals, if there's women listening, obviously, as well, I should say folks. I mean, it's just an automatism, especially as a second language. In English, we were told to say guys all the time. Anyway, folks, would you prefer if I were to also put a little bit of music in the background? It would be video game music, I'm telling you right now. First of all, for copyright reasons, but yeah, that would be like music that just plays in the back end. I would put it like pretty soft so that it doesn't overtake my voice or anything, but that would give a little bit of a background. So let me know what you think about that. I don't have a problem with leaving it completely blank and just my voice. I mean, but I'm listening to the music as I record. I just have the the sound not going through my desktop when I record for this series. So let me know what you feel like. Would that be a little bit better with a little bit of music in the background, even though it's video game music? Let me know. And we'll see. All right, so we are in Philadelphia to play the Flyers. Flyers also have a pretty good record. They are 24, 13, and 5. They are third in the East, and we are 1-0-1 against Philadelphia. So I don't know if the one is really a tie or if it's an overtime loss. I guess we're about to find out. It was a tie. We tied against Philadelphia 1-1. Alright, so we're sending Jeff Hackett in net. Philadelphia's going with Dominic Roussel. We need a win. We've slid in the standings, believe it or not. I kind of predicted it would happen if we were to lose some games. Alright, we need a W here. And we got it. We won 3-1 here in Philly. So that's Jeff Hackett's first win of the season. He kind of needed that. He had a good game. We outshot Philadelphia 32-31, so he made 30 saves, so that's pretty good. Mark Bergevin was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Sergei Berezin for Philadelphia was the second star with an assist, and Robert Zvela was the third star with a goal. So Alexander McGillney scored in the first period. That was his 20th on the power play from Adrian Aucoin and Brian Bradley. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay after one. Then in the second period, Mark Bergevin scored from Valérie Bourré and Len Barry. It was 2-0 at this point. Then in the third period, Robert Zvela made it 3-0 from Mikael Anderson and Bill Guerin. Then Mark Recchi scored with 5-something left to go in the third period. Too little, too late. We get out of Philadelphia with 2 points. And Karpovtsev is about to be back, and that is good news. Alright, and we're going home for a quick one game, and then we're going to be playing 2 games on the road. Memorable night for Mario Lemieux. He had 3 goals and 2 assists against the Islanders. Mario Lemieux, with that performance, extended his goal streak to 5 games. Alexander Karpovtsev is almost ready to be back. Alright, the Islanders are in town now. The Islanders, as we know, have been kind of mean to us in the playoffs in the past, so it doesn't hurt me to see that they're struggling a little bit this season. So they are 15, 21, and 5. That's good for 11th in the East. We are 1-1 against the Islanders this season. So back home for a quick game here. And then we're going to go back on the road for 2. The Islanders are going to go with Robert Shistad, and we are going to go with Nikolai Abibulin. All right. We still have problems facing off against the Islanders. We lost 5-2, so not a great game here. We outshot them 42-33. Pierre Turgeon was the first star of the game. He had 3 goals and an assist. Antti Tormainen was the second star with a goal. And Shistad was the third star with 40 saves. We had 17,553 people in attendance for this game. Alright, so the Islanders scored first in the first period. Then they scored twice in the second period, and they were up 3-0 at that point. Then there was a fight between Bill Guerin and Steve Thomas. Then in the third period, Pierre Turgeon scored twice, made it 5-0, completed his hat-trick too, made it 5-0, and then Bill Guerin scored his 5th from Mikael Anderson and Brian Bradley, and then Brian Bradley scored short-handed from Dave Barr. It was 5-2, obviously too little, too late. So we lost at home, back at home, and we lost. Pierre Turgeon has a good game. Yep, we saw that. 3 goals and an assist against us. Fyodorov is hurt in Detroit. He's listed as a day-to-day. Scott Mellenby is suspended in Edmonton. He's going to miss 6 games. Mario Lemieux lights the lamp. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals against Ottawa. And that was 6 straight games with a goal for him. And Karpovtsev is back. Alright, so I need to put him back in the lineup. Alright, so Karpovtsev, you are going to the active roster. Okay, so Aucoin played 6 games. Jovanovski played 6, but he didn't get a point. Aucoin got 4 points. Alright, so Jovanovski, you are going back down. Wait, you don't have to go through waiver. Yeah, you don't. Okay. There you go. Alright, now we're going to be in Chicago tomorrow to play the Blackhawks. Steve Richin ready for team practice. Alright, you're about back, buddy. And Mario Lemieux signed an extension with Pittsburgh. He's going to be there for 4 more years. $2.89 million per year. Alright, so he signed in Pittsburgh until he's 35. Alright, yeah, we're in Chicago. They are 25-17-4. That's pretty good. And we are 0-1 against Chicago this season. We lost 1-0 the first meeting against them. Hopefully we can score this time and allow less goals than we score so that we can win. Ed Bullen in net for us. Ed Belfour in net for the Hawks. Go, Lightning, go. Oh yeah, 4-1 victory. There you go. However, that's not exactly the type of month I wanted. We're winning 1, losing 1, winning 1, losing 1, so we're not exactly making progress in the standings. We were outshot in that one, 27-23, so Ed Belfour didn't have a good game, so that's good for us, not for him. Jason Allison was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Vili Peltonen was the second star with a goal and an assist, and German Titov was the third star with 2 assists. So Jason Allison scored his 10th from German Titov and Vili Peltonen. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay here at that point. Then Chicago tied the game, so it was tied at 1, and then we scored twice before the end of the period. Robert Zvela from Brian Bradley, and then Vili Peltonen scored his 5th from Alexander Karpovtsev, and we were up 3-1 after 1. Oh, Mironov might get suspended here. Then there was a fight between Jeremy Roenick and Sean O'Donnell. Oh god, Janila Cannon might get suspended as well. Wow. With all those 5 minutes and game misconducts and everything, I'm surprised we won. Nobody scored in the second period, and then in the third period, Jason Addison scored short-handed from German Titov, and it was a 4-1 victory. Alright, let's see what's happening here. Yeah, we lost Boris Mironov to suspension. He's going to miss 6 games. And then Darian Hatcher in Dallas is also suspended. He's going to miss 3 games. And Michel Bergeron might lose his job as the coach in Washington. Washington is 11-28-5, and that's not good enough. So he might lose his job. Right, so we're moving in Colorado to play against the Avalanche. Now Rick Zombo is available on waivers. For a second, I thought that it was Teppo Numinen there. I was like, I'm getting him. I'm picking him up. But yeah, I misread. It happens. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal here against the Kings. Alright, and we are in Colorado. I expect a pretty tough game. They are 25-13-6. We haven't played Colorado, so we're going to take a look at their lineup. So they are without Adam Foote, Valery Kamienski, and Matthew Barnaby. Okay, so some decent players hurt. Might help us, but they still have quite a bit of talent there. So Stefan Fizen, Ron Extall in net. That should be fine with Extall as the starter. Steve Duchesne, Kerry Hoffman, Curtis Lesishin, Marcus Ragnarsson, Gronman, Gusarov, Karpa, Miller on D. Mikeoff, Claude Lapointe, Martin Rosinski, Chris Simon, Peter Forsberg, Mike Ricci, Joe Sakic, Matt Sundin, Kalun, Kovalenko, Nolan, Young, and Rosenthal. Yeah, that's going to be a tough team to beat, and we're playing them back to back with a week off in between. So Steve Richin might be back for the second game. Plays first game of the season, maybe. All right. So we have a Bibulin in net. They have Ron Extall, and yeah, we lost 5-2. All right. Yeah, we outshot Colorado 33-31. Peter Forsberg was the first star of the game. He had 3 assists. Matt Sundin was the second star with 2 goals, and Jan Kalun was the third star with 2 assists. So Colorado scored twice in the first period, and it was 2-0 Colorado after 1. Then they scored 2 more times in the second period. They were up 4-0, but before the end of the period, Alexander McGillney scored from Yanni Lakanen. 4-1 Colorado after 2. There was a fight between Chris Simon and Sean O'Donnell. And then in the third period, Robert Zvela scored his 10th from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. Made it 4-2. But it was already pretty late, and then Sakic scored it an empty netter. 5-2, the loss. Well, Owen Nolan got hurt in that game. He's going to miss 2 weeks with a concussion. Ronnie Stern is suspended in Calgary. He's going to miss 7 games. Yann Laperriere is back from suspension in St. Louis. Pavel Bure with the Kings had a pretty good game. He had 3 goals and an assist against Toronto. And Steve Richin almost back. Alright, we have quite a few days off here. Antonin Staviana is available. Yeah, I'm not going to get him. Steve Richin is almost 100%. 3 more days off. Minor injury might sideline Patrick Roy. Ooh. Oh, he got hurt in training, but he's day-to-day. And then Grant Fuhr got hurt with Toronto, cleaning his garage. And he has an elbow contusion. Wow. 2 goaltenders getting hurt in, non-game related incidents. Alright, so Steve Richin is back, which is good. He hasn't played this season yet. Alright, who am I sending down? Sushinsky, maybe? Or Valery Bure? I'm gonna send Sushinsky down. Alright, so we have more offensive weapons now. Joel Otto is available. Vyacheslav Kozlov extends his goal streak to 6 games, 2 goals here against Montreal. Sean Chambers resumes skating. That's good news. We kind of need him. Alright, so now we are hosting Colorado before we hit the road again. There's only 4 games left here in January. Looks like our 2D game is going to be at home against those stinky Habs. There you go, I said it. They don't do their laundry very often. Or something. Alright, so Colorado in town. Of course, they just beat us 5-2 in Colorado. So they are now 27-13-6. We are going to hope that we can win here. Ron Extall is going to be in net for Colorado again, and we are going to go with Nikolai Abibulin. Alright, we did win that one, so home shines upon us. And we won 3-2 here against a pretty stacked Avalanche team. Although they were without Owen Nolan this time. He got hurt in the last game. So Colorado outshot us 35-32. Alexander McGillney was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Claude Lapointe was the second star with a goal. And Mikael Anderson was the third star with 2 goals. 17,386 people in attendance for this game. Valery Bourré scored his first NHL goal as a thank you to me for choosing to keep him over Maxim Sushinsky from Len Barry and Steve Richin. So Steve Richin also contributing in his first game back from injury. And then Mikael Anderson scored from Robert Zvela and Alexander McGillney. And then Mikael Anderson scored his 10th from Alexander McGillney. It was 3-0 at that point. Then Colorado scored shortly after, made it 3-1. Then all the way into the third period, Colorado scored again, made it 3-2 with 13 minutes left to go, but they couldn't tie the game. So we get 2 points, and that's good for us. Alright, so we have another 3 days off here before we play in Florida against the Panthers. Randy Gillen is available, not picking him up. Adam Oates in Boston is hurt. That's going to hurt Boston, and they're like right in the thick of things with us here. And he's out for 5 months with a partially torn UCL. And then Pavel Bure extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal against San Jose. Oh, Jerome McGinley extends his goal streak to 5 games. He had a goal and an assist against Boston. So Iginla in this universe plays for the Panthers. Mario Lemieux extends his point streak to 12 games. He got 2 goals and 2 assists against the Avalanche. And in that same game, Joe Sakic lights the lamp. He had 4 goals in a 7-7 tie. Oh my god. That's a lot of goals. A strong game for Trevor Linden. He had 4 assists against the Blues. Suspension over for Robert Reichel. So he's back in the lineup for the Flames. And Darian Hatcher is also back from suspension in Dallas. How many more games does Boris Mironov have to serve? 4 more games. You're killing me. All right. We are in Florida to play the Panthers. They are 21-20-6 this season. That is good for 8 in the East. That's also the last playoff spot. We are 1-0 against Florida this season. Alright, so we have Nikolai Abibulin in net. They have Don Beaupre. And we won 6-3. Pretty good game. We needed that too. Alright, so Florida outshot us 35-30. Yanni Lakanen was the first star of the game. He had 2 assists. Alexander Karpovtsev was the second star with a goal. And Vili Peltonen was the third star with 2 goals. So Florida scored first in the first period. It was 1-0 at that point. Then we headed to the second. Mikael Anderson scored on the power play from Marc Bergevin, and Alexander Mogilny tied the game at 1. Then Florida scored. They took another 1-goal lead. And then Peltonen tied the game again from German Sitov and Janne Lakanen. And then the Panthers took the lead again. It was 3-2. And then Bobby Alick tied the game with his 10th of the season from Adrian Aucoin and Brian Bradley. And then Vili Peltonen gave us our first lead of the game from Steve Richin and German Sitov. It was a 4-3 lead after 2 for us too. Then Alexander Karpovtsev scored in the third period. That was his 5th from Bill Guerin, and then Alexander Mogilny from Mikael Anderson and Janne Lakanen, and it was a 6-3 win. Good. Jerome Iginla extended his goal streak to 6 games against us with the goal that he scored. Pavel Bure extends his goal streak to 6 games as well with a goal and an assist against Anaheim. Suspension for Steve Chiasson with Detroit. He's going to be out for 6 games. Mark Messier is suspended for the Rangers. He's going to miss 8 games. Wow. In that same game, Jeff Courtnall extended his goal streak to 5 games. He had a goal against Pittsburgh. And in that same game, again, Mario Lemieux extended his point streak to 13 games with a goal and an assist. Alright, so we have 1 day off, and then we're going to be playing in Ottawa against the Sens. Mario Lemieux's point streak ended at 13 games. It was held scoreless against Montreal. Paul Laus is back from suspension for Pittsburgh, back in the lineup, and Scott Mellenby back in the lineup in Edmonton. Alright, so 2 games left. So in Ottawa against the Sens, we are 2-0 against the Sens this season. They are 16-23-6, and they are 12th in the East right now. So Bibulin in net for us, and Darren Pupa in net for Ottawa. And it's another victory, 4-1 for us. All right, so we needed to get a couple wins in a row here to create some separation between us and 8th and 9th place. We outshot Ottawa 35-30 in this game. Alexander Mogilny was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Jason Allison was the second star with 2 assists. Marc Bergevin was the third star with an assist. So Mogilny scored from Mikael Anderson and Sean O'Donnell. Then Brian Bradley scored on the power play from Alexander Mogilny. 2-0 Tampa Bay at that point. And then Ottawa scored before the end of the period, and it was 2-1 Tampa Bay here after 1. In the second period, Adrian Aucoin scored from Marc Bergevin and Jason Allison. Then Robert Zvela from Jason Allison and German Sitov. It was 4-1 Tampa Bay at that point. And that was our final score. Nobody scored in the third period. Oh, so Jean Perron might lose his job as the coach of the Phoenix Coyotes. Phoenix is 21-25-4, so apparently they are not too happy with that. And Sergei Fedorov extends his assist streak to 8 games with an assist against those Phoenix Coyotes. So that's good for him. Alright, so we are already at the 2D game for today. We are hosting Montreal. Montreal is 22-21-8. That's good for 7th in the East. We are 1-0-2 against Montreal this season. Alright, hopefully we can win that one as well, create some separation. It's one of the teams that's right behind us. They are, only 3 points behind, although we have 4 games in hand, but still, you need to beat the teams that are, following you closely in the standings. All right. Oh, Steve Richin played his way to second. He started on the fourth line and he's now on the second. It's pretty good. All right, so Manny Legacy is going to be in net for Montreal, and we are going to go with Nikolai Bibulin for that one. We are at home, hosting the Canadiens, hosting Les Habitants. That's weird. Eric Desjardins has number 82 instead of 28. Alright, so Zabransky, Hill, Broughton, Mahler, Keane, Leclerc, Dazé, Eklund, Carbonneau, Brashear, Bellows, Danfus, Schneider, Odeline, Brisebois, Brunet, Desjardins, and Savage for the Canadiens. Alright. Making sure this is so. Yep. Alright. Alright, folks, let's go ahead and watch this. So we are, of course, in black here. Go, little squares, go! I get to sit here and finish drinking my cold coffee. Well, it wasn't cold initially, but I've been talking nonstop for 40 minutes, so it's getting cold now. Look at that. All 5 of Montreal players were in the blue paint. Robert Zvela took a tripping penalty, and we're sending the Canadiens to the first power play of this game with 15:46 left to go in the first period. Right, we need to kill this, guys. We need to not give Montreal anything. Oh, we shot wide. Wow. John Leclerc had 3 guys on him, and he still scored here from Brian Bellows and Kirk Muller. We are down 1-0 here in the first period with 14:17 left to go. There's still plenty of hockey left to be played, so let's go ahead and win some games. Well, I want to win the game. Let's go ahead and shoot some pucks and put them in the net, and then win the game. Probably makes a little bit more sense said like that. Sometimes my mouth doesn't quite follow what's going on in my brain. Alright, so now Neil Broughton took a penalty here for Montreal, sending us to the power play with 10:39 left to go in the first period, so that's a good opportunity for us to score. Oh, Lyle Odeline just took a slashing penalty, so we're going to be on a 5-on-3 here. That's a perfect opportunity to score. I said it's a perfect opportunity to score. Alright, well, first penalty is about to end, and then the second one's going to end very quickly after that. Alright, we couldn't score on a 5-on-3, so the cynics in the room are going to say that if we can't score on a 5-on-3, we probably don't deserve the win. Neil Broughton took another penalty, tripping, so 7:46 left to go in the first, and we are trying to score a goal on the power play again. Yes! Brian Bradley from Adrian Aucoin and Alexander McGillney. This is a power play goal. We are tied at 1 here in Tampa Bay in the first period. 7:08 left to go, and the Lightning is now on the board. Not a whole lot going on right now. Oh, puck is out of play. 4:20 left to go in the first period. We are tied at 1 against the Canadian, against the Habitants. I'm trying to say it with an English accent. If I was to just say it as, you know, a French Canadian, it would just be Les Habitants. All 5 guys on bellows. We finally got the puck back. Alright, first period is almost over. Come on, Ryan Smith. No? Okay. Alright, first period is over. We're tied at 1 here between Montreal and Tampa Bay. Alright, so we got 14 shots on goal. They only got 5. So let's see if we can continue to limit them offensively. That's an offside. That's another offside. Alright, come on. Come on, little square. Couldn't quite do anything with it. We're just gonna ice the puck for the rest of the game or something, apparently. Alright. Yeah, we're really just icing, huh? Oh, finally, somebody decided to carry the puck a little. Patrice Brisebois took a penalty here for tripping. We are going back on the power play. Come on, guys. No, yeah. So, of course, the power play is over. Oh, we just scored. Len Barry from Bill Guerin and Valerie Bourre. All right. We are up 2-1 here in the second period with 12:26 left to go. Tampa Bay takes the first lead, their first lead of the game. Offside. 10:57 left to go here in the second period. Puck is out of play. Come on, fellas. And it's another offside. Come on. The puck hits the net. There was a weird bounce yesterday in the game between Edmonton and Ottawa. Like Adam Larson took a slap shot from the point and it hit the side of the net and it kind of came back. Oh, that was a terrible goal. John Leclerc from Guy Carbonneau. We are tied at 2 with 5:43 left to go in the second period. So Larson took that shot and it hit like the side of the net and it like bounced back towards the front of the net, like, you know, sometimes when the puck goes in the net and back right out because the shot was really hard or something. So that looked really weird. I had never seen a bounce like that. But anyway. It's because of those, and well, I guess they're not new anymore. Oh my God, we're down 3-2 now. Brian Bellows scored from John Leclerc and Petrus Brisebois. Montreal is up 3-2 here with 3:46 left to go in the second period. We're letting them take shots. I don't like that. So I was gonna say it's because of those nets. They have shallower nets now. We've had those nets for like what, 10 years now or something, to try to improve the scoring. And yeah, that's the puck gets out like really fast. I'm pretty sure that's because of the shape of those new nets that rebound happened yesterday. All right, 1:30 left to go here in the second period. We're down 1. I don't like it. I don't like losing to Montreal. Come on, injure him. Do something. No, I don't. I'm not an advocate of violence in real life or anything. But this is a video game. This is not even a representation of a person. It's a square. So yeah, injure him. There you go. I said it. I guess I'm a terrible, terrible person. All right, Legacy took 23 shots. Abby Boulin 17. Yeah, we're not. Abby Boulin is not doing great here. He allowed that really bad goal too. I guess he was due for a stinker, but why did the stinker have to be against Montreal? Why couldn't it have been against another team? Like the Sens. I wouldn't mind losing to this. Well, technically I would because they're way below us in the standings. But, as a Sens fan, it wouldn't hurt as much to lose the 2D game against Ottawa. Puck out of play. Come on, guys. We can't just sit around and wait for Broughton to take another penalty. He's already taken a couple, and now Yanni Locanen took a holding penalty. All right, Montreal's going to the power play. They are already up 3-2. Come on, people. Montreal's up 4-2. John Leclerc, I think that's a hat trick, isn't it? Yeah, John Leclerc with the hat trick. That's assisted by Kirk Muller. 15:25 left to go in the third period. We're down 2. It's doable, but we need to get to work here. We need for Abby Boulin to stop sucking too. Come on, pass the puck to Mogilny or something. Why didn't you go for the puck? You just let 2 Montreal players go for the puck in the corner. We are not playing hard enough. There you go. We have to throw cliches in there. The puck is not bouncing for us, and we have to play harder, and we have to put pucks behind their defenders and go on the forecheck. There you go. Am I doing that good? Throwing all of those cliches in? Oh, Brian Bradley with the tripping penalty with 9:36 left to go here in the third period. We're already down 2. That's not good. Oh my, John Leclerc is just tearing us apart. He scored another goal, assisted by Kirk Muller and Matthew Schneider. We're down 5-2. Yeah, we're not coming back in that one. I'm sorry to tell you folks that this is going to be a loss. Come on. uh. Yeah, we have not looked very good in this game. Oh my god, Bellows with another goal from Matthew Schneider. We're down 6-2 with 5:10 left to go here in the third period. Oh, we made a goaltender change. So Hackett is in net now. Pretty pointless with the amount of time that was left, but whatever. So I'm gonna need to go and talk to John Muckler and scold him. A loss against the Montreal Canadiens is not acceptable. He needs to understand that. Alright, that very sad display of a game is almost over. One second left to go in the third period. There you go. Alright, so we lost 6-2. We got our asses handed to us. Alright, so 6-2 loss here against Montreal. They outshot us 32-27. John Leclerc, of course, first star with 4 goals and an assist. Brian Bellows, second star with 2 goals and an assist. And Kirk Muller, third star with 3 assists. Alright, so we had Brian Bradley score on the power play from Adrian Aucoin, Alexander McGillney, and then Len Barry from Bill Guerin and Valerie Bure. That was it for us. Oh, that's not good. Sean O'Donnell has a day-to-day injury. Okay, well, you're gonna have to deal, buddy. That's all. Strong night for John Leclerc. Yeah, we saw that. I don't want to hear about it anymore. And the scouting is the same guys as usual. Right, so Sean O'Donnell and Sean Chambers are both day-to-day. O'Donnell can play, so we're good, and Mironov is coming back after the next game, which is going to be against Boston. Oh, that's not good for the Islanders. Derek King is hurt for 5 months, so his season is pretty much over. With a fractured knee. Ouch. The players of the month of January are Mario Lemieux and Mark Seliger. That's a goaltender, I am guessing. Yeah. Huh. He's doing pretty good. Alright, so January is over. We are 5th in the East. Again, look at those standings. It's tight. We're maintaining ourselves pretty much, but we are not creating any separation. You know, if we start losing a couple more games in a row, we're gonna start to get into trouble, so can't have that happen. Alright, so let's take a look in the West, see what we have here. So Detroit is first, Colorado, Chicago, Dallas, LA, St. Louis, Edmonton, and Vancouver. Oh, there's like 6 points between the 8th and 9th, so there's a good chance that those 8 teams are going to be the ones in the playoffs. Now, they might not end up in the seed that they are right now, but Yeah, that looks like it might be those 8 teams in the East. Yeah, it's a lot more tight, of course, because we are playing in the East. So it has to be more challenging. Right, as far as our stats go, so McGillney is still over a point per game. He has 52 in 47. Bradley is 46 in 44. Mikael Anderson is having a pretty good season, 41 points in 48 games, and Zvela is our best defenseman, 30 in 48. That's pretty good, and it goes down from there. So overall, we're scoring more goals than the opposition. Our plus minuses are pretty good and reflective of that. Bill Guerin is pretty much the only regular that is in the minuses. So, not that I pay a lot of attention to plus minus, but you know, when you have pretty much everybody that's in the positive and everything, that's kind of an indication. Goalie stats. All right, so Abby Bullen just had a stinker, but he's still a pretty solid goaltender all around. Jeff Hackett, it's a little bit tougher for Jeff. He's been very serviceable for us in the past, but he's struggling a little bit this season. He's also not playing very much. He only appeared in 7 games so far. Looks like John Muckler truly believes in having a number 1 and playing the number 1 to death. Alright, so in the entire league, what we have is Mario Lemieux with a 10-goal lead for most goals. He has 45. And then he is also the best passer with a 10 assist lead as well with 51. So of course he is the best scorer in the league with 96 points. That's 23 more than second place Joe Sakic. Oh, McGillney is 9th with 52 points. That's pretty good actually. Wow. I wasn't expecting to have anybody showing up in here. McGillney is also 12th for goals scored with 23. That's pretty interesting. And now for the goaltenders. Abby Bullen is tied at first for shutouts. That's good. He's 4th in save percentage at 928. And goal saves goal saves above average he is 4th as well with 17.25. So we have the goaltending this year. Goaltending is not really an issue. And overall we're scoring more goals than the opposition, but we're just having problems actually winning games. So that's kind of weird when you usually score more goals than the opposition, and that you have one of the best goaltenders in the league, and we're not like struggling. It's just that the standings are so tight. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and stop here for today. I'm going to save that game. And of course, I want to thank you for tuning in. And if you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.